Here are the 7 things you need to know before you move to Alpharetta, Georgia. First off, the first thing you need to know is where exactly Alpharetta is. It's on the north side of Metro Atlanta. There are many suburbs all around Atlanta. I would say there's about 100, and Alpharetta is on the north side, almost directly north of the city of Atlanta, about 45 minutes north, maybe an hour north of Midtown Atlanta. Alpharetta is in Fulton County, which also has the city of Atlanta, Johns Creek, Roswell, Sandy Springs, East Point College Park. I believe Fulton County might be the biggest county in all of Metro Atlanta, possibly even Georgia. And so this is very interesting. While Alpharetta is one of the suburbs of Atlanta, it's in the same county as the city of Atlanta. What's up, y'all? My name is Victor with Atlanta Suburban Living. We put out videos every week about what it's like to live in Atlanta and the suburbs of Atlanta. The second thing you need to know before moving to Alpharetta is that Alpharetta is one of maybe even the nicest suburb in all of Metro Atlanta, but it's also the most expensive. Many people want to live in Alpharetta because of how beautiful this city is. The city really does a great job of taking care of like the landscaping around the commercial areas and all of the areas of the city. There are so many sidewalks there in Alpharetta, which really adds to the beauty of the city. Another big one is that many parts of Alpharetta have the power lines buried in the ground. I know this may sound like a big surprise to some people, but here in Metro Atlanta, many of the city suburbs of Atlanta have the power lines above ground. And so the streets and the sky is like littered with power lines sometimes. And this really takes people back sometimes when they come here to visit. But in Alpharetta, some parts of the city have the power lines buried, which really opens up the city, and you can really get a much better feel for how beautiful the city of Alpharetta is. But what comes with all of this beauty and the sidewalks and the wide streets and the power lines being below ground is that many people want to live here in Alpharetta, and so the cost of living is significantly higher here than many other parts of Metro Atlanta. Arguably highest is here in Alpharetta. And so this is certainly a great city, and I think it's a beautiful, amazing place to live, but the cost of living means that you can very often find other parts of Metro Atlanta that are similar, maybe not quite as nice as Alpharetta, but you can find similar suburbs that aren't quite as expensive. Number 3 on the list of the 7 things you need to know before moving to Alpharetta is that this area provides a lot of jobs, which adds to the appeal of the city. Is another reason why so many people want to move here. There are many employers here in Alpharetta or even nearby Alpharetta, a very robust tech industry here in Alpharetta, lots of employers. And so very often people who live in the suburbs of Metro Atlanta drive to the city of Atlanta. Again, Alpharetta is like 45 minutes to an hour on a good day to Midtown Atlanta. But if you lived in Alpharetta and were able to work in Alpharetta and cut that hour commute down to 15 to 20 minutes, this is well worth maybe the extra cost of living to live in Alpharetta. That 15-minute commute to live in Metro Atlanta, you would be like the envy of the city of Atlanta to only have a 15-minute commute. Very often people have a 30-minute to hour commute in Metro Atlanta. Number 4 on the list of the 7 things you need to know before moving here is that Alpharetta is known for having some of the best public schools in all of Metro Atlanta. If you're thinking about moving to Alpharetta or you just have any questions about what it's like to live here, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. Thank you so much to everybody who has reached out. I'm always happy to help. I'm a local real estate agent here in Metro Atlanta, and I'm so thankful for everybody who supports the channel and asks the questions. I love helping people with their relocation to the Metro Atlanta area. But Alpharetta is known for having some of the best public schools in all of Metro Atlanta. There are some city suburbs where you have like some good schools and some bad schools. Like I don't know, maybe Marietta is one of these examples where there's parts of Marietta that have excellent public schools, but then there's other parts of Marietta where the public schools are kind of dicey. And so you can also see this in other places like Roswell, which is just south of Alpharetta. But in general, all of the public schools in Alpharetta are known for being excellent. There's not like a bad part of Alpharetta to live in. All of the public schools here are amazing, and this is another reason why so many people move to this city. Number 5 on the list of the things you need to know before moving here is that this is one of the most competitive housing markets in all of Metro Atlanta. Not only is it an amazing, beautiful city and it's super expensive, but all of that means that there is a lot of competition among buyers for homes in Alpharetta. While we don't really see very many multiple offer situations anymore in Metro Atlanta, they're not very common. In Alpharetta, they still are kind of common. We still are seeing that. Many of the suburbs of Metro Atlanta have an average days on market of like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 weeks. But in Alpharetta, the average days on market is closer to like 1 or 2 weeks. And so this is definitely a high demand city suburb for homes. You're going to very possibly end up in multiple offer situations. It's hard to find a deal on a home in Alpharetta. Like very often the homes and the listings get full price for their homes there. Now, this is obviously bad for buyers and it makes it difficult for buyers, but what it means for sellers is that they can be reassured that property values are always going up here in this city. You may have to pay full price for a home here, but the chances of homes being devalued or decreasing over time in Alpharetta is probably like no chance. Like everybody wants to move to Alpharetta, so home prices are always increasing in this city. Number 6 on the list of the 7 things you need to know, and then be sure to stay to the end for the last one. It's the most important. But number 6 on the list is Highway 400. This is like the main road that goes through the city of Alpharetta. Like it's the main way that people get to the city of Atlanta from Alpharetta. So if you live in Alpharetta and you're commuting to Midtown or whatever, you would most likely be taking Highway 400. And while that sounds like it's just a regular highway, you need to keep in mind that Highway 400 is just as wide or busy as an interstate. It's just as busy as like Interstate 75 or Interstate 85. Highway 400 is like a 4 or 5 lane highway where there is major like interstate traffic going to and from Atlanta. But that also means that this is where you're going to find the majority of the rush hour traffic is going to be on Highway 400. This highway is notorious for having some bad car accidents right around like Sandy Springs area because there's like some interchanges around there to get to 285 or to get to like Highway 9. And so that little interchange area there in or around Sandy Springs kind of causes some not only car accidents, but it's people trying to get on and off the road right around there. And this causes the backup all the way to the city of Alpharetta. And so that rush hour traffic can be kind of a pain in the ass to get to Atlanta sometimes. And then number 7 on the list is the 5 best neighborhoods of Alpharetta. There are some amazing neighborhoods in Alpharetta, but not all of them are the same. There's certainly 5 that I think are the best ones in the entire city. And I made an entire video of those 5 neighborhoods and we visited them. You can check out that video right here. I'll see you in the next one.